Dzień dobry moi drodzy, witam was wszystkich bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku Zagrajmy w Jade Empire. Ja jestem Julius Wandel, będę waszym gospodarzem. W dzisiejszym odcinku, właściwie od dzisiejszego odcinka będziemy kontynuować i sobie już dalej cesarskie miasto i jego zadania poboczne. Nie ma tego dużo, nie zostało tego dużo. Ale chciałbym je wykonać choćby w celu wzmocnienia się przed wątkiem głównym. Mamy umiejętności 54 intuicji, 54 roku. Trzeba coś z tym zrobić. Dobra. Zacznijmy w takim razie może od zagadania z naszymi towarzyszami. I zagadajmy z niebo najpierw. Co ci teraz chodzi po głowie?
I was thinking about a story my father once told me. He's a scoundrel, but he could spin a fine yarn when he wasn't robbing caravans. Have you ever heard the tale of the Eternal Companions?
Chyba nie, o co chodzi?
The Eternal Companions were a group of warriors that traveled the ancient kingdoms, well before the formation of the Empire. They were said to be giants, to know styles no one could match, to always appear to offer their services to a kingdom when times were worst.
Ci wojownicy istnieli naprawdę?
The tales are too fantastic to be accurate. Though I'm sure the Black Whirlwinds tried at least once, no one can actually cleave a mountain in two. What made me bring this up was just a simple thought. Were these companions real people once? Were they just like us? Something tells me they were, but not in the way you'd expect. You know how legends tend to grow in the telling? I think they also absorb other tales as they go.
Myślisz, że to co robimy jest tylko inną wersją tej opowieści?
I doubt it. For instance, we have yet to wipe out a rival kingdom. Failing that, I'm a bit shy of 12 feet tall. The point is that when things are wrong, people believe that someone will do something about it. Whether we succeed or not, we are those someones right now. More importantly, you're the someone. You're the real reason we're together. And I worry about how much of this rides on your shoulders. What I'm really trying to say is that we're all with you until this thing is finished. I just hope you can draw some strength from that.
Dzięki niebo.
Anytime. I hate to wax morbid, but this is serious business. Now, shouldn't you be talking to Dawn Star instead of me? I've seen the way that girl looks at you, and she deserves a little attention.
Gwiazda zaranna. Lisica jest bardziej fajniejsza.
You must go to the Lotus Assassin Fortress like we agreed. Find the evidence against Death's Hand, and I will help you rescue Master Li.
Chcę się dowiedzieć więcej o tych dowodach, których potrzebujesz. Czekaj, albo nie. Czy chcesz o czymś porozmawiać, zanim wyruszymy? O czymś osobistym?
I don't understand. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins with a fair amount of ease. What else is there to speak of? Is there something you are wondering?
Powiedz mi o sobie. Chcę wiedzieć więcej o tobie.
About me? I am Princess Sun Lian, the Heavenly Lily. What more are you worthy of knowing?
Znowu trzeba z nią uważać, bo to... Opowiedz mi o dwoma liśćcy.
Ah, the shadow behind my public self. How else can a curious princess learn what really happens in her domain? I don't have time to interpret the veiled statements of advisors, so I became a thief, an assassin, whatever I needed to be. People will not speak to the princess. Bad news kills the messenger first. Silk Fox knows how to persuade. That is how I learned about the activities of Death's Hand.
Nigdy nie zauważył, że znikasz tak długo?
There are many excuses for a vain princess to retreat from sight for days, even weeks at a time. My father encourages such getaways. And if courtiers ever discovered that I was not where I said I would be, who would dare question the Heavenly Lily? I may eschew the formality of it, but being the daughter of the Emperor still has its privileges.
Powiedz mi o swoim życiu na dworze cesarowskim.
I do not like to speak about that. I try to avoid the court as much as possible. It is filled with sycophants pandering to the fancies of my father, with little or no concern to their own dignity. It is distasteful.
Myślę, że świetnie radziłabyś sobie na dworze.
I can handle myself better than any of the fancy courtiers who attempt to match me. I know that someday the court will be mine to rule. When I succeed my father, there will be quite a cleaning out. But with Death's Hand manipulating him, that day seems less and less likely.
Powiedz mi o swoim dzieciństwie.
I do not remember ever being allowed to just be a child. My mother died when I was born, shortly before the end of the long drought and the fall of my uncles. I was in the care of tutors too afraid to punish me and too ingratiating to teach me anything useful. I quickly found ways to sneak away from the palace. They dared not report my excursions for fear they would be punished. They would scurry around all day trying in vain to find me.
Co robiłaś w mieście?
I met the people, the peasants, the homeless, the thieves. Such a different world from what you see from the palace walls. They never realized who I was. I'm sure they would have been terrified of the army storming in to rescue me. Most just wanted to be left alone. That life was exciting, but also useful. Even Lotus assassins overlook the beggar on the street, but she still has eyes and ears.
Ciekawe. Opowiedz mi o swojej pierwszej miłości.
It would be very improper for someone of my standing to say anything, unless you make me a little more comfortable. I have already shared something of myself. Can you tell me something about you? Is there anyone that you care for?
Ciekawe, czy jeżeli nie, chyba nie. Jeżeli powiem, nie mam nikogo.
That I can relate to. I know what it's like to be alone. I have suitors in love with my station, not me. They speak to me for their own gain, nothing else. But I can't allow myself to take the high road in this manner. Am I the Heavenly Lily or the Silk Fox? I am lying to everyone in some way.
Co to jej odpowiedzieć? Trzeba uważać, ona jest, jak już mówiłem wcześniej, ona jest potencjalną opcją romantyczną, ale to nie jest takie proste jak w większości przypadków bajorowych wątków romantycznych, że tam jaka ty jesteś piękna, wspaniała i szlachetna, jak jesteś piękny, wspaniały i szlachetny. Pobzykajmy się. Nie, to tak nie działa. to trzeba ją odpowiednio podchodzić. Trzeba rzeczywiście się mocno zastanowić nad tym i przede wszystkim słuchać, co ona mówi. Jesteś księżniczką San, ale to nie oznacza, że nie zasługujesz na szczęście.
I should not be ungrateful. Everything in my life is dedicated solely to making me happy, but I am at odds with so much. I am always behind a mask, not just when I am Silk Fox. I am not allowed to show an interest in politics, defending the Empire, or even spontaneous affection. You were amusing at first, but now I am drawn further than I meant to be. What do you suppose I should do about that?
Kolejny ten pitfall. O, można ją do friendzona wrzucić. Niekoniecznie. Tradycję można podtrzymywać, ale nie krępując nikogo. Jestem pewny, że jako niebieska lilia możesz tego dokonać.
I have tried to make a place for myself. It was difficult, but I have succeeded, despite Death's hand or my father or what people think. The Jade Empire has had strong female leaders before. Most met with unfortunate ends. At critical junctures, they were abandoned. Whatever I decide about the Empire or about you, can I count on you to be here?
Zawsze.
You asked me about my first love. It was the Empire and its people. There might be room for another, given time and effort.
Chyba się uda. Gdyby się nigdy nie udało.
I will shatter any grand conventions of the Empire by courting outside the list of pockmarked nephews of statesmen. You and I will have much to discuss after we have restored my father. I am looking forward to it.
Chyba mi się to uda z nią. Nigdy jeszcze mi się nie udało w ogóle w tej grze żadną opcję romansową przeprowadzić od początku do końca. Do zobaczenia.
Do not hesitate for too long. Sagacious Zoo's sudden flight has made our task somewhat more urgent.
Nigdy w tej grze nie udało mi się wątku romantycznego przeprowadzić. Nawet z Gwiazdą Zaranną, która jest de facto najprostszą. Trzeba tylko mówić, że jesteś zajebista, piękna i ona już jej miękną nogi. Dobra, zagrajmy w takim razie do naszego bohatera wieczoru, zresztą dnia ostatniego, czyli Czarnego Wichra.
What do you want?
Myślałeś kiedyś, żebyś ustatkować?
Tried that once, but it didn't work out. Prefect Mu Hong pledged his daughter Mishan to me after I cleared his district of bandits. She wasn't ugly, so I agreed. The night of the wedding feast, I got more than a little drunk, and in the morning I woke up in the prefect's bed.
Ojej.
The prefect's wife.
A gdzie była w tym czasie twoja małżonka?
I got up and went into my bride's room, and there was a strange man in her bed. I killed the bastard and was about to kill her when Mishan came into the room yelling. Apparently, I had just killed her sister's husband and was about to kill her sister. I tried to tell her it was an honest mistake, but she wouldn't hear it.
Zabijesz szwagra żony przez pomyłkę?
The brother-in-law's family was pissed, and so was the prefect when he found out about his wife. They tried to subdue me so they could send me to prison. I killed them all swiftly. None of them suffered. Still, Mishan wouldn't leave with me. She kept crying and complaining about her family. Family life just isn't for me.
Chyba najgłupsza rzecz, jaką w życiu słyszałem.
Whatever.
Dobra, coś jeszcze? Usłyszy więcej o twojej przyszłości.
I'm a fighter, not a damn history.
Tak. Jeżeli oni mają na sobie złotego okręgu nad sobą, to z nimi się nie da niestety pociągnąć wątku. Dobra, zagrajmy z gwiazdą zaranną, Jose zostawimy na końcu.
That the Lotus Assassin Executioner accepted you. I wish I felt better about that. Will you be heading to the Lotus Assassin Fortress soon? When you are through there, the princess will take us to the palace. At least, that's what she promised.
Chciałbyś porozmawiać? Twoje uczucia są dla mnie bardzo ważne.
I don't want to seem ungrateful for her help, but having Silk Fox here is causing me some concern. I mean, she is the daughter of the Emperor, and we do not know his role in Master Li's capture. Can she be trusted?
Czym się martwisz? Ona wykazuje wyłącznie dobrą wolę.
To you, perhaps, but not to me. I think I am perceived as a rival, but no one has told me what the game is.
Może ty jesteś o nią zazdrosna?
I am not. Why would you suggest that? And why did you smirk? Are you trying to pit us against each other? Does it amuse you to see people compete for your affection? Your affection. Did I just say that? Well, damn you for being right.
Nie wiedziałaś, często potrzebowałaś mojej rady.
You have always been a good friend to me, but I never meant... I mean, I couldn't... No, I should have more control over this. This is too uncertain. You can't manipulate me into admitting something like this. Not when you could leave whenever you want.
Ustaliliśmy, że nie mam domu, jak mógłbym odejść?
Don't juggle your words. I am not amused by it. You know very well what I mean. It's probably at the front of your mind all the time for all I know.
Obawiasz się, do czego doprowadzi to, co dopiero się zaczęło? Skąd bierze się ta niechęć?
I prefer to have more control over myself, and as much control over what goes on around me as possible. Silk Fox, or whatever she wants to be called, is an unknown I can't compensate for. I can't stay in balance if I don't know what she represents. You and I, we talk and share thoughts, but she forces me to consider where that might lead, both good and bad. I'm not ready for that.
Nikt się do czego nie zmusza, sama to robisz. To mówi więcej niż twoje słowa.
I suppose it does. Strange that you are becoming more adept at reading my moods than I am. I think we will have a great deal more to discuss in the coming days. I'm looking forward to it.
Ojej.
Until then, thank you for being so understanding. Master Li was right. You are special.
Ta. Jak kobieta, ona robi ten... Porusza ramionami, nie? To samo zresztą robiła, tą animację ma Jedwabna Liścica. To znaczy, że nasze słowa jej się podobają. Do widzenia.
Don't go too far.
Dobra, i Ho został nam na końcu.
Yes? How can this humble bunmaster assist you today?
Bunmaster. Spojrzałem właśnie na talerz, gdzie miałem bułkę. No, kanapkę, nie bardzo dobrą zresztą. Czy masz jakąś rodzinę, dzieci?
No. That is a painful subject, one that brings back difficult memories, though not for the reasons you might think. For 4 long years, my bellicose beauty insisted we try and try and try again to have a child. It was a most distressing time.
Ojoj.
I was so afraid of her for the first year that I could not perform. Her screaming and chastising only made it worse. I overcame that problem, but there were others.
Jakie jeszcze miałeś problemy?
My plump plum of a bride is a good deal larger than me. I could compare my nightly efforts akin to climbing a mountain if only it had been that easy. And there was always the fear that she would roll. I am a small man. My delicate frame was not meant for such pressures. I once lost all feeling below the waist, which perhaps was a mercy in itself. Of course, we overcame these obstacles and kept trying for 4 long years.
Czyli nigdy nie miałeś dziecka?
Never. Though no one can accuse me of not trying. Once she decided we would not be able to conceive a child, her interests declined, thankfully. If we had succeeded, I would not have survived to see a second.
Powiedz mi coś o sobie więcej.
Stories, stories, stories. There are no more. If I tell you anything more, I will have no secrets left. A good bunmaster must always have a few secrets.
Dobrze, dobrze. Mistrzu piekarski. Dzięki, na razie to wszystko.
As you say, I will be here scrubbing your pots until you call upon me again.
Jak opowiadał o próbach spłodzenia potomka, to zacząłem sobie to wyobrażać i naszły pewne wspomnienia. Nieważne. Nieważne. Duże dziewczyny są fajne, tak czy siak. Okej, jeszcze został nam Kang.
Yes, yes, what can I do for you? Busy, busy. No time for chatty, chatty.
Z Kangiem, Kang on ma dla nas dodatkowe zadanie związane z latawcem. No właśnie, porozmawiamy o tym i o tym, co ujawniła mapa wiatrów.
Yes, yes. I think they are clues I left for myself. I'm ready to fly out when you are. A mysterious adventure awaits in the skies.
Dobra, lećmy.
Well, let's see then. It must lead to where I was last, which would be the ideal place to go first. Keep an eye out. I don't know why my tracks were covered, but I do tend to incur the occasional death threat. Craters are remarkably unappreciated.
Ciekawe. Oczywiście znowu mamy tą
Keep going. I have the urge to build something.
shoot mapa.
There are memories in the route we are flying. Keep going. I see patterns, schematics. Keep going.
Na szczęście shoot map
Almost there. Just a few more pieces to figure out.
oczywiście ten shoot map jest prosty, bo mamy obniżoną w minigrach tą poziom trudności. Oj, pięknie. Pokonane. Ostatnio grałem w Ostatnio grałem w oberwanie chmury. O, spoko.
Our flight was great fun. Lots of explosions. But what does it mean? I think it's a clue. I hid something in my head because I was going to lose my memory, I think. One thing for certain, there was no destination. We ended where we began. The route was the important part. Let me show you what it inspired me to make. I'm not sure what it is, but it has a lever on it that is begging to be pulled.
Dobra, to powinno być ciekawe.
Here we go. And nothing. Right? We're not dead, I think. That is decidedly disappointing. I was expecting something. I must still need a part I can't remember. I need some time to think, to get my brain straightened out. This is most intriguing and infuriating. Give me some time.
Masz do dyspozycji zasoby starskiego miasta. Dobrze się zastanów.
You know, it is true that I should be able to find what I need here. Let me rummage through what I have stockpiled. Just a few tweaks. Tight fit. Not sure how that will affect things. What's it? I don't remember seeing that before. Just get this last. There we go. It's ready. Now we can finally find out just what it does. After I name it, of course. Nothing works right until you name it. How about the confoundable minutia?
Pewno pomoże. Uruchom to.
What? No, impossible. I fixed it. I checked everything. It should work. Unless... No, I did that. Oh, where'd the city go? Well, that was anticlimactic. A flash of light, but no resounding boom. What good is such a light if Earth doesn't meet sky?
Gdzie jesteśmy?
What? Oh my. It seems we have transported to a heaven. A strangely familiar one for some reason, but I don't recall ever moving to such a place before.
An interesting little device you have there. It could be useful if you could count on your point of arrival, but since you made it, I'll stick to walking.
A więc nie wiesz, gdzie jesteśmy?
This place is completely unknown to me. Or is it? I am compelled to take the steps this way. There are gears here that I remember.
Ah, and off he runs. This looks like his kind of place, really.
Aha. Jesteśmy, moi drodzy, w pewnym miejscu, które jest zagadką logiczną. I rozwiązania do niej możemy znaleźć wszędzie. Wszędzie możemy znaleźć do tej zagadki rozwiązania. Generalnie to jest w dużym skrócie. To jest urządzenie, dzięki któremu poprawnie uruchamiając te poszczególne przyrządy możemy otrzymać dosyć ciekawe bonusy dla naszej postaci. Bardzo przydatne bonusy zresztą. Dobra, zagadajmy z Kangiem.
Look at this. It's a marvel. A wonder of monumental proportions. A phenomenal piece of unbelievable craftsmanship.
Naprawdę? Do czego to służy?
I haven't the slightest idea. But it must be important, wouldn't you think? I mean, just look at it. These machines, they are manipulators, fabricators. They bully energy into something. They can be activated, deactivated, on and off and on. You see?
Ale co to jest?
I can only come to one conclusion. Lord Lau's furnace.
He's just a legend. Stories of his machines making much-needed lakes and unfortunate mountains are the kind of tale my father loved. But you can't take them seriously.
Legendary, mythical, and overrated in some respects. But if anyone else has a better origin for such machines as this, I'm not hearing it.
Kim jest Lord Lao?
Artificer to the celestial bureaucracy, he creates machines that themselves also create. Although I'd make them a little less delicate had I his resources. Still, he is an inspirational figure for inventors. And we are in his playhouse. You select the machines you want to activate, and then the tiger or the dragon button, like this.
Proszę, nie dotyk przełączników przypadkowej kolejności, to mnie... Czekaj, jest.
Alkohol, skórki, giną papierosy.
Znowu to samo.
Don't worry. The individual machines are not activated. I think the switches must be thrown on at least two of the components before it will do whatever it does. You also have to select a fuel. It looks like there are a few pieces of cinnabar in the contraption, but it may accept others as well.
Nadal nie wiem, do czego to służy.
Well, judging by the pile of ashes I found near the controls, if you do it wrong, it either creates a nice warm fire or burns the person standing here to a crisp. It looks like a powerful thing, so just guessing at the possible configurations will probably get you into trouble and waste the cinnabar in the machine. So, you might want to be careful how you go about it. Things like this usually have directions. No, recipes. No, that's not it. Configurations. That's it.
Czekaj, czy nie znaleźliśmy dziwnego zestawu wskazówek?
Very true. Perhaps you should give them a try. They didn't mean much before, but now we may have the tools to make something of them.
Dobra, moi drodzy, tutaj zakończę odcinek. Jak już było wspomniane, jesteśmy przy piecu Lorda Lao. No właśnie, i to jest zagadka, jak już mówiłem wcześniej, której rozwiązanie może dać parę fajnych bonusów dla naszej postaci, ale trzeba ją poprawnie wykonywać. Wskazówki no nie znajdujemy w całej grze. Jak i potrzebne przedmioty do ich realizacji. Zawsze możemy w dowolnym momencie gry poprosić Kanga, żeby do nas tutaj zabrał. Tak czy siak, moi drodzy, w następnym odcinku będziemy sobie tą tajemnicę tego pieca rozwiązywać. Dobrze, moi drodzy, ja bym z Wandelf, to było Jade do następnego odcinka. Na razie, cześć.